Poland and Slovenia have had their second rehearsals here on day 5 at Eurovision 2019. Shall we talk about them? Let's do this! Find out if you have Polish or Slovenian in your family's history with My Heritage. In any case, Poland took the stage. Cześć, Krakow, cześć, Warsaw. This is so much stronger. It starts with the veil. Last time the ladies struggled to remove their beautiful veils, but this time they did it from the very beginning. They were just bam! It was like a proper reveal. Their ornate headpieces seem somehow more voluminous. It's as if a golden peacock has given birth or made a nest in each of their heads. It just looks stunning. They looked more confident. They had better camera engagement. I think they feel more comfortable because the technical issues were worked out in between these rehearsals, and that allows these women to shine. Both physically, they look stunning, every single one of them, and then also vocally. I just think it's wonderful. I don't like some of the shots that go to the crowd, because I'm sorry, this is not a type of song where the crowd is going to be like clapping and dancing, so avoid the crowd. Keep it focused on those ladies. You know, pan out on the stage, but don't show random fans just staring, because when I was watching it, I was loving it, but if you saw my face, you wouldn't know I was mesmerized, because this song elicits a different type of feeling. I was like, yeah, but I don't look good on camera, y'all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it today, actually. I think with the issues with the first rehearsal, when in that very first run through it sounded so off and there were so many problems, I think it might have soured me a little bit on the other ones, because sort of you noticed where there were flaws more than there were positives. Today was really all about the positives for Poland. The veil removal thing, that's so much better, so much more effective. I think they cut to the crowd so that they can get off the lazy Susan, I think, but then they don't really do it. After about 2 minutes, I do feel like it runs out of energy a little bit. They just sort of revert to clapping, and I just don't know whether maybe if they had moved positions or something like that, maybe that would just add something a little bit different. But there's some great shots of them. They're all so beautiful. All 4 members of Tulia are beautiful ladies. I can see this qualifying though. I don't think it'll be a comfortable one, but I think I would be upset right now if it didn't make the final.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly vocally they sound excellent. I do agree about kind of the static energy. I think it does get to kind of 2 minutes and they don't move, but some of that is that cumbersomeness of the costumes, and that's what you have to live with. I think the Lazy Susan certainly adds some kind of mystical element, and there's this whole, we talk a lot about otherworldly feelings, but this really does transport you to a different plane. You know, it's not a modern radio pop song that you would hear, it's more like traditional folkloric, and that has its own ethnic appeal. I think it's a hard one to call because it's the kind of thing that either people will engage with for kind of the novelty of it, or people will be put off by it because it's so kind of strange and out there. But vocally they sound fantastic, they look fantastic. I think the costumes add their own interest, but perhaps, yeah, something more than clapping for the last half minute would bring it more to life.
Fire of love, fire of life. We move on to Slovenia, which has their own brand of fire of love. Zala and Gasper, the passion is real, the passion remains. This was already in a great spot. They've worked on the camera angles, it's tighter, I feel like it was stronger. I think Gasper, you know, he doesn't always emote, but his intensity here, I saw him really kind of vibing with the music, and particularly in the last run through, he's much more at ease on stage. He told us in an interview on wiwibloggs.com that he gets very nervous and he's not very expressive, but I think he definitely is at the more expressive end of his spectrum today, and it came through. And it's still within the realm of them, so it doesn't feel out of place. Yeah, they're going to the final, y'all. This is magical, mysterious. I like how the stars almost seem to come at you. I don't know if that was my eyes. Did y'all experience that as well?
I agree.
It does seem to come at you.
Yeah,
there's some dynamism.
Yeah, and it's just traveling through space. I will say for me, I find some of the like wider camera shots similar actually to Poland a bit strange, because the whole selling point with this actress intimacy of the couple. Before we saw it here, I didn't really like the song. I was kind of like, why didn't they ever look at the camera? But actually that's their selling point, is that it breaks all the conventions. And just I think the focus really needs to be intimate and tight on them. So these broader like wide shots to me make very little sense for once. However, there's kind of like fact that the star-crossed lovers thing that I think Chris referenced, and the fact that they seem to travel through space because they're just in love and taken to an astral plane, I think that's a beautiful moment, and this has real appeal. Just the wider camera shots don't do it for me.
I almost felt like today was a bit of a step back, weirdly. I thought that I lost the intimacy, and actually I'm part of that. On 2 of the run-throughs you could see Zala was having to play around with her earpiece, so I don't know whether that put her off. Vocally, I mean, honestly, vocally it's fine though, because we know she can kill it. As long as that doesn't happen again, I'm sure she'll be fine. And it was almost like they were just trialing new things out. The lighting was slightly different, but I just preferred the first run through. I would almost say just scrap whatever they tested today and go back to how it was. I felt like that gave it gave much more of an intimate feeling. Less light on the stage almost would be better for them, because I felt like there was a bit too much this time. I don't know, it just didn't really grip me as it has before. But Gasper was sort of smiling at one point, which was nice. So they were having fun towards the end of the very final run through, which is nice. Yeah. Instead of just that constant smouldering intensity, because sometimes that might get a bit boring if you're just watching that all the time. But I'm still really want it to qualify. I think they might need to just tweak things and maybe find a nice happy medium just for me to feel more confident about it making it.
I know what you mean. Burn too bright, smolder too much, you burn out. Mount St. Helens, honey, Mount Etna, yes, Vesuvius. But you know what? We got to remember, this is kind of a marathon here. You've got to pace yourself. Yeah. And I think for them to laugh and giggle on stage, I think that was just more for them, you know?
Yeah.
Because it ain't all about us and people watching rehearsals. Because in an ideal world, to be honest, rehearsals would be closed so they could perfect in private, because it is weird that we're like, oh my god, you made a mistake on run through 2 on day 5 before that. It's just a bit bizarre because the public just judges the final. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Are Poland and Slovenia on the right track? Have the changes elevated their performances? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit us up in the comments.
And make sure to follow the live stream. We'll be on it all day, and follow us at wiwibloggs on all social media platforms.
Relive the fire of love in your family's history with My Heritage DNA. We'll see you later. Bye!